Hey everyone, in this video, I'll be going over how you can improve your confidence in Fortnite. I'll be covering some simple tips that you can use to win more matches and not choke under pressure. And now guys, let's get right into it. Our first tip to improve your confidence is improving your mentality. Having a confident mindset while in a fight is key for you to come out on top. If you're able to remain calm and collected while fighting an opponent, you'll more than likely have the upper hand in the fight because more often than not, the person you're fighting is also really nervous. When you have the ability to remain calm and confident in fights, you more accurately hit your shots because you're relaxed and focused. Whereas if you were nervous and lacked confidence in the fight, you would be shaky, your heart would be pounding, and you'd probably end up dying in the storm because you dragged on the fight for so long. So if any of that sounds like you, I'm going to tell you how to overcome being nervous in fights and boost your confidence. So for starters, you gotta go into every fight thinking you'll win. As the original Nick said, you practically need to act like you have the biggest cucumber in the lobby. Mindset is everything when it comes to boosting your confidence, and it's really just as simple as believing you're the best player in the lobby to improve your confidence. I know this sounds way too easy to actually work, but let's just analyze this for a second. You know those players you see running around mid-game that are just absolutely running through people and not showing any signs of being nervous, while you're over there sitting in a bush getting scared of this player who in reality is not as good as he looks. He's just a confident player, which makes him look very intimidating. Yeah, you know the ones I'm talking about. You want to be like them. They think that they're the best players in the lobby, and because of this they win more games, and they're just better players overall because of their confident mindset. You need to practice having this mindset. So next time you load up Fortnite to play, before jumping into any matches, you need to believe that you're the best player out of all other 99 players in the lobby. And then just go for it. By doing this, you'll be a way more confident player, and you'll be way more calm while in games because you're subconsciously believing you're the best player out of everyone you're fighting. That leads to higher confidence in fights, which leads you to winning more games. And something that's so important though is making sure you don't hide in bushes or camp at all during the match. Doing this will make you look like a weak player, and it's just going to lead to you getting pushed because you seem like a bad player. Stay in the open, look for fights, and take them when you have the opportunity. When you get pushed while you're sitting in a box, you get super nervous and you start shaking, which leads to you losing the fight most of the time. By you being on the giving end of this fight, not on the receiving end, you have the upper hand because the person you're fighting is probably very nervous and they think that you're an insane player, and because of this you'll probably win the fight. Give this a try guys, it really helped me improve in games because of me just simply changing my mindset. Make sure you guys give this a go next time you load up to play. The next thing you can do to improve your confidence is to control the pace of the fight. What I mean by this is being the one to dictate how the fight plays out, and there's a few ways you can accomplish this. So for starters, try and take the initial shots in the fight. When you see the person you want to fight, try and pop a few shots off before pushing them further. By doing this, you're effectively making your opponents weaker, and that gives you the initial health advantage in the fight before the fight even gets going. Then what you're going to want to do is get high ground, keep high ground, and never get off of it. By having high ground, you're keeping more control of the fight, and you keep the fight heading in your favor. From there, keep the pressure on your opponent and keep the pace going. Get it moving fast and make sure not to sit in a box on high ground. The purpose of doing the initial damage, keeping high ground, and controlling the pace of the fight is to intimidate your opponent and have them choke their aim, editing, and building because they are scared of you, which is exactly what you want. Make sure you stay in control because you gain a huge confidence boost by remaining in control, leading to your opponent being more nervous and not the other way around. The goal of all of this is to build your skills as a player, build your confidence, and learn how to control fights in your favor. Doing so will make you a much more confident player overall. The last tip I wanted to cover is to never ever box up if you don't have to. The reason for this is because sitting in a box for no reason makes you look scared and like a weak player. However, if you decided to box up and you ended up getting pushed, you need to show the player that's pushing you that you're no weak player, and you need to at least instill a bit of fear into your opponent so they disengage the fight, or at least recognize that you're not going to go down without a fight. When the person pushing you realizes that you're not as bad as you look, they'll slow down the fight and probably end up boxing up near you, and then from this point you must try your absolute hardest to get high ground, initiate a box fight, and become the the aggressor. Try your best to get this fight steering in your favor, and from there you need to believe that you're way better than this player, and your goal is to destroy any confidence that your opponent may have had. Give your aggressor a good run for their money and prove to them that they shouldn't have pushed you because you aren't as bad as they'd perceived. Once the fight is headed in your favor, it's going to give you an ego boost, and then from there your confidence will be just through the roof, and the original aggressor is now shaking, and you manage to change this fight around by surprising your aggressor by proving that you aren't as bad as perceived. Just absolutely make sure you don't back down mid-fight. Don't box up mid-fight unless you need to med. Keep pressuring your opponent and never take it off. Use all the skills you possess to win this fight. And now with the fight turned in your favor, all you need to do is take shots, make smart plays, and finally take out your opponent. By doing all of this, you gain experience with taking fights and becoming a better aggressor. And then ultimately you're gonna gain more confidence. The only way you'll ever become a super confident player is by lots of fighting experience, so never sit in boxes the entire match. Run around, take fights, and with time your confidence will be going up and up and up because of all the experience you're getting with taking fights, controlling fights, and making your opponents fear you. Anyway guys, that's gonna end off today's video. This was my first ever sort of advanced tips and tricks video, and I had a ton of fun making this video. I know the tips weren't super advanced, but I really hope you were able to learn something from it and that it was able to help you out in any way. If you enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a future upload from me. Anyway guys, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.